Hey, welcome back today. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Man, I'm already up to almost 3,000 subscribers. I appreciate the likes, subscribes, and the shares on that. It's cool to watch the channel grow. Today I have a good one for you. I am going to show you what I think is the best add-on camouflage you can get for a predator hunting setup. Now this would apply to other hunting situations too, but I'm not really a ground hunter when it comes to deer. Maybe archery if you're creeping around, doing that sort of thing. I don't know. For me, I use this application for predator hunting. I love predator hunting. At night's great, but I do a lot of daytime stuff too. And this little simple add-on will help you, in my opinion, conceal yourself so much better than just having regular camouflage without it. I know it's hard to explain right now. Let me show you some examples. As I stated before, this video is about the best camo accessory, in my opinion, that you can get for predator hunting. Again, it applies to other hunting situations too, or applications, but I use this mainly for predator hunting. I like to hunt at night, but I love hunting during the day. I really love hunting in the snow for coyotes and foxes and all that good stuff. Up to this point, I've never really kind of endorsed things or reviewed things or provided links to what I use, but I have been getting a lot of questions like, hey, where'd you get that? How did that work? So on and so forth. I'm not really going to get into a review channel type of situation, but I did start an Amazon affiliate link.
CEO entrepreneur, born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos.
To where I've made a store with some of the things you see in these videos. One of those things, and the item today that we're highlighting, is this Gilly Hood. Now I have most of it put together. I don't have the sleeve done. Thought about maybe taking it home and showing you how to tie the material on this, but it's pretty simple. Just making knots. But this is the Gilly Hood. Link in the description below. I've never asked for any money. I don't have a Patreon account. I don't tell you to buy this, that, or the other. I'm not telling you to buy this either, but this is what I use. If you think it's cool, think it's something that would work for you, drop it in your shopping cart, buy it, and help the channel, I guess, right? I'm out here spending all this money on ammo and shooting stuff, but anyhow, I'd appreciate it. I do this for fun mainly, and that's about it. I'm not a YouTuber that does this for a job. Anyhow, so on this Gilly Hood, I tied square knots on top, and in order to give it some structure, I tied some of the, I guess, tails to another tail. And what that does, it'll make clumps. Whereas if you just have one tie, it kind of drops, right? But if you tie a clump to a clump, it'll actually give it some structure and stand up. Plus it's on my face area, so it helps prop this up a little bit and stays out of my eyes. But what I'm gonna do, and we'll get in some situations with this on and without it on. You can have a look for yourself what you think of it. I'm a big fan of cryptic camouflage. So all I wear for the most part. I've been wearing this since 2016, 2015, thereabouts, I believe. For hunting gear in wintertime, for more deer stuff, I go Sitka. When it's nicer out, especially mid-season, I go cryptic. I think it's an awesome camo. I love their stuff. Again, I don't have any of their colder weather stuff. It may be good too. I've just never really got into it. I've always run Sitka gear on that. But this hood has a multi-cam pattern on it, and it's a leafy suit type of cut, or a 3D cut. You can get these without the 3D cut or the leafy pattern. They're like $6 cheaper. So for $6 more, might as well get the leafy cut. Has little grid pattern straps to tie onto. You also stick cover in there, sticks, leaves, things like that. if you'd like. I had some yarn I stole from my daughter's ball of yarn. I threw in there. Here's some more of that yarn. There's some fluffy stuff I threw in there. This is more of that burlap string or jute. This is some of that weird yarn from my daughter. Here's a leaf that got stuck in there. Kind of tangled up in it. We'll leave it. Why not? Anyhow, this is not a full ghillie suit. I didn't want a full ghillie suit because of the weight and kind of the cumbersome carrying that thing around and walking around in it, especially for coyote hunting. I'm usually jumping around. I'm doing a stand, running 15, 20, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, busting move to the next place. This just clips around here. There are clips in the back to where you can add a cape if you wanted. I just run the shoulders and the head. Really, that's where most of my movement takes place when I'm predator hunting. If I'm in the prone position, this thing just makes you melt into your surroundings. It's awesome. I don't really hunt prone that much. I'm seated a lot of times. Another little tip while you're predator hunting, you want to get the sun behind you. Try to get in the shadow, not have the sun in your face. But if you're moving, typically I'm messing with the calls, mouth calls, running my controller, or scanning, looking for the dogs. So any little bit of extra concealment helps. And so let's check this out. Let's see how it looks. Another piece of advice I would give to you, hands and face. If you can, cover them up. This is just a big shining object. These things are like white gloves to an animal out there, especially if you're moving them a lot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop right in here without this ghillie, without gloves, without face mask, and then with. 3 yards away, set on my back. It's a little something to help break up the outline and conceal movement. Without that hood, if I turn my head like this, I got this bill of the hat sticking out doing that. With that hood on, I can turn it within and be concealed. Also, it creates a little shadow in there, kind of knocks off the glare on your face as well. Always wear a face mask when you can. That hood's great because you don't have the bulk and the cumbersome big ghillie suit. By far, I think that is the best camouflage you can get, is a ghillie suit. You can break little things off, stick it in there, match that suit to your environment, or just put some string on it like I did. That string is in the Amazon store as well, so is that hood. But again, it just helps break up the silhouette, the lines, and it will conceal a little bit of movement too. Hopefully you'll be able to tell that with gloves, without gloves, with face mask, without face mask, how much of a difference that makes, especially with the glare, white cheeks. You always try to get your back to a shadow or to some sort of a backdrop, rock, tree, brush, so on and so forth, to help break up your outline as well. All right, there you have it. Thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate it. A little ghillie hood. Hopefully you can see. Hopefully it turns out all right on camera. I didn't plan ahead on this by any means. Didn't rehearse anything. I just kind of threw that on, jumped in without anything on my face or my hands, and then threw that hood on with a little net face shield and some gloves. Hopefully you can tell the difference. That hood, great for predator hunting. That is, in my opinion, the #1 accessory you can make to your camouflage for predator hunting. It would work great for turkey hunting too. If you're a bow hunter, probably work great for that on the ground. You can find that on my Amazon store. Everything on that store is something that I've owned or used or bought. Pick up that hood there. In addition to some other things, you shop around. I got shooting gear, glasses, different camouflages. I didn't really look to see if they have any Cryptek on Amazon. I will tonight when I log back on and check that out. But you can pick up all that on my little store. Anyhow, I do appreciate you tuning in. Happy 2023. Cheers to you.